Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Mahārāja's message is your advantage. The following is a Sri Kṛṣṇa Caitanya book compilation given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Mahārāja on May 28th, 2022 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Pangum langayate girim Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. Continuing the Caitanya Leela compilation, the chapter Drāviḍa Brāhmaṇa meets Vibhīṣaṇa under the section Wonderful Episode of Drāviḍa Brāhmaṇa. Caitanya Mangal Sesha Khanda 4.21.
Nijajan Sange Vrindavan Gunogay Achambite Khed Othe Prabhu Rahiyay.
Surrounded by his intimate devotees, Lord Chaitanya sang the glories of Vrindavan. Suddenly, grief arose in the heart of the Lord.
Lord Chaitanya, he was enjoying talking about Vrindavan.
Lord Chaitanya, he was enjoying talking about Vrindavan.
And suddenly, he said that there was grief in his heart.
And suddenly there was grief. He said if there is grief in his heart,
Like this, what could cause the Lord grief? What could cause the Lord grief?
what could cause the Lord grief? Caitanya Mangal Sesha Khanda 4.22.
Bishmita hoya rahe hiya bhel an যে রসে আছিলা তাহা কইল সমাধান.
Being flabbergasted, he remained silent and his mood became different. Whatever mellow he was in, singing the glories of Vrindavan, changed and he stopped.
So Lord Chaitanya, being Kṛṣṇa himself, he's conscious of many things.
So, Lord Chaitanya, being Kṛṣṇa himself, he is conscious of many things.
And so, what suddenly made him change his mood?
So, what suddenly made him change his mood? Caitanya Mangal, Sesh Khanda 4.23.
সবার হৃদয়ে দুঃখ বিস্ময় লাগিল আচম্বিতে প্রভু কেনে আনমন হইল.
Everyone felt surprised and sad as to why the Lord abruptly became distracted.
All these are trying to satisfy the senses of the Lord.
The devotees are trying to satisfy the senses of the Lord.
And this is the love of the spiritual world.
And this is the love of the spiritual world.
And when the Lord was distracted, and all the devotees became affected.
So when the Lord was distracted, all the devotees became affected. Murari Gupta Korcha 4.21.12. The two, Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, were speaking in the company of Swarup Damodar and his men, and also Sri Paramananda Puri, Ramananda Rai and others. Murari Gupta Korcha 4.21.13. At that time, certain poor Brahmana of pure intelligence named Ramadasa had arrived in Puri from South Bharat. he desired to see Jagannath Deva in order to acquire wealth.
So this poor Brahmana, Drāviḍa Brāhmaṇa, Ramdas, he was poverty stricken. He wanted to approach the Lord Jagannath for wealth.
So this poor Brahmana, the Dravidian Brahmana, he was poverty stricken, so he wanted to approach the Lord for wealth.
Lord Caitanya is surrounded by his associates.
So Lord Chaitanya is surrounded by his associates.
And he discusses Kṛṣṇa Katha with them.
And he discusses Krishna Katha with them.
And suddenly his mood changed.
But suddenly his mood changed. Caitanya Mangal Sesha Khanda 4.24.
यथा तीन उपवास করিল ব্রাহ্মণ জগন্নাথ স্থানে কিছু না পায় বচন।
Here the Drāviḍa Brāhmaṇa fasted for 3 days because he did not get any response from Jagannath.
Normally, one doesn't get a response from the deity of the Lord.
Normally one doesn't get a response from the deity of the Lord.
Sometimes the Lord drops a flower or garland,
Sometimes a Lord drops a flower or a garland,
but it's very rare that he speaks or moves.
but it's very rare that he speaks or moves.
Like the devotee Jagannath in Srikhanda, as a small boy, a Gopal deity ate water from his hand.
When in Srikhanda there was a small deity Gopal, the Lord ate from his hand. The Lord ate from his hand.
Gopal.
Yeah, Gopal deity ate from his hand.
And that's a very rare thing.
But that's a very rare thing.
And so it's not fully understandable why the Drāviḍa Brāhmaṇa fasted for 3 days and didn't get a response from Jagannath.
So it's not fully understandable that why the Drāviḍa Brāhmaṇa fasted for 3 days but didn't get a response from Jagannath.
And
he was not getting any response from Jagannath.
Because the deity does not normally respond.
Because the deity does not normally respond. Murari Gupta Karcha 4.21.14. After submitting his objective before Jagannath Swami and waiting for 7 days, he then considered his petition rejected.
Then what did Ramdas expect? Life in the temple, so he had a bunch of money.
Whether Ramdas had expected?
What did he expect? He was in the temple.
What did Ramdas expect when he was in the temple? Would he get some bunch of money?
I mean, it's kind of mysterious thinking of Ramdas.
It's kind of mysterious thinking of Ramdas. The thinking of Ramdas.
So, submit our prayer to the Lord, but how He fulfills that, that's up to Him.
So we can submit our prayer to the Lord, but how He fulfills that, that's up to Him. Murari Gupta Karcha 4. Caitanya Mangal Sesh Khanda 4.25.
তবে তো ব্রাহ্মণ কইল 7 উপবাস, জগন্নাথ দেব কিছু না করে আশ্বাস।
Then the Drāviḍa Brāhmaṇa fasted for 7 days, since Lord Jagannath didn't give any assurance. Murari Gupta Karcha 4.21.15. Grief-stricken because of his unfulfilled desire, he went by the shore of the ocean. At that moment, by the will of the providence, King Vibhīṣaṇa of the land of Lanka came there and showed himself to that Brahmana.
Vibhīṣaṇa is the brother of Ravana,
Vibhīṣaṇa is the brother of Ravana,
but he was crowned as the king of Lanka
but he was crowned as the king of Lanka
because he joined Lord Ram's army.
because he joined Lord Ram's army.
So he's from a previous yuga,
So he's from a previous yuga,
and he appeared to the Dravidian Brahman Ramdas.
and he had appeared to the Dravidian Brahman Ramdas. Caitanya Mangal Sesh Khanda 4.26.
দুর্বল হইয়া বিপ্র ক্ষীণ উপবাসে, সমুদ্রে মরিব বলি দাঁড়াইল শেষে।
Severely weakened due to fasting, the Drāviḍa Brāhmaṇa finally decided to drown in the ocean.
And normally, taking your life is a great sin.
Normally, taking of life is a great sin.
And for a Brahman, it means to become a Brahma Rakshasa in the next life.
And for a Brahmana, he becomes a Brahma Rakshasa in his next life. Caitanya Mangal Sesh Khanda 4.27.
সমুদ্রের কূলে বিপ্র ঘেলা ধীরি ধীরি, স্থান দেহ সমুদ্রে বলে নমস্করি।
Gradually, the Drāviḍa Brāhmaṇa went to the sea shore, and after offering his obeisances, pleaded the ocean, "Give me space."
The ocean is Puri, is a very sacred place.
So Puri is a very sacred place.
And the ocean there is very sacred.
And the ocean there is very sacred.
Lord Caitanya would bathe there every day,
Lord Caitanya would bathe there every day,
and then he bathed the body of Haridas Thakur.
and he bathed the body of Haridas Thakur. Caitanya Mangal Sesh Khanda 4.28.
হেন কালে দেখে এক পুরুষ বিশাল, সমুদ্রের মধ্যে আইসে পর্বত আকার।
At that time, the Drāviḍa Brāhmaṇa saw a huge person as big as a mountain emerging from the ocean.
So Ramdas, the Indian Brahman, was planning to commit suicide in the ocean.
So Ramdas, the Dravidian Brāhmana, was planning to commit suicide in the ocean.
But somehow a big person emerged from the ocean.
But somehow a big person had emerged from the ocean.
So it's something very wonderful.
So this is something very wonderful. Caitanya Mangal Sesh Khanda 4.30.
দেখিয়া ব্রাহ্মণ মনে চিন্তিতে লাগিল, সমুদ্রের মাঝ দিয়া এ কেবা আইল।
The Drāviḍa Brāhmaṇa wondered about the identity of that person who had come from inside the ocean. Caitanya Mangal Sesh Khanda 4.30.
দেখিতে দেখিতে কুলে দেখে সেই জন, সামান্য মানুষ যেন হইল তখন।
The Drāviḍa Brāhmaṇa watched that a huge man walked out of the ocean onto the beach, where he assumed an ordinary size.
Vibhīṣaṇa had all the mystic powers,
Vibhīṣaṇa had all the mystic powers,
and he could assume any size he desired.
and he could assume any size that he desired.
So somehow, walking out of the ocean, he assumed a human size.
So somehow, walking out of the ocean, he assumed a human size
In Kali Yuga.
in Kali Yuga. Caitanya Mangal Sesh Khanda 4.31.
বিপ্র বলে এই জগন্নাথ বিদ্যমান, সমুদ্রের মাঝে আর কাহার প্রয়াণ।
Drāviḍa Brāhmaṇa said, "This must be Lord Jagannath himself, because who else could just appear from the middle of the ocean?"
So the video Mahārāja, he speculated that the person who came from the ocean was Lord Jagannath himself.
So the Dravidian Brahmana Ramadas speculated that the person who came from the ocean was Lord Jagannath himself. Caitanya Mangal Sesh Khanda 4.32 to 33.
ইহা বলি তার পাছু গোড়াইয়া যায়, কত দূর গিয়া পাছু চাহে মহাশয়। দেখিল ব্রাহ্মণ সেই আইসে পাছে পাছে, কোথা যাবে বলিয়া বিপ্রেরে কিছু পুছে।
Saying this, the Drāviḍa Brāhmaṇa followed that person for some distance along the beach, and that person turned around and saw a Brahmana behind him and asked, "Where are you going?"
I saw the video Brahman was following this person, and the person, he turned and asked, "Where are you going?"
So the Drāviḍa Brāhmaṇa was following this person, and the person turned around and asked, "Where are you going?"
So then the Indian Brahman, he replied as follows.
Murari Gupta Karcha 4.21.16. The Brahmana inquired, "Oh, tell me, who are you, good sir, and where are you going? I have just spent 7 days seeing Sri Jagannath." Caitanya Mangal Sesh Khanda 4.34.
ব্রাহ্মণ কহয়ে শোনো শোনো মহাশয়, কে তুমি কোথায় যাবে কহ না নিশ্চয়।
The Drāviḍa Brāhmaṇa said, "Please listen, dear sir. Who are you? Where are you going? Tell me the facts."
It was all very amazing to the Dravidian Brahman.
This was all very amazing to the Dravidian Brāhmana.
A large person came out from the ocean
How a large person came out from the ocean
and saw the ordinary size and started walking on the beach.
and assumed an ordinary size and started walking on the beach.
So he wanted to know who he was, where he was going, all the facts.
So he wanted to know who he was, where he was going, and all the other facts. Chaitanya Mangal Sesh Khanda 4.35.
সাত উপবাসী আমি ব্রাহ্মণ দুর্বল তোমার দেখিলু আজি জনম সফল।
The Drāviḍa Brāhmaṇa continued, I am weak from fasting for 7 days. After seeing you, my life is now successful.
He doesn't know who he is seeing,
He doesn't know who he is seeing,
but he's thinking that his life is successful.
but he is thinking that his life is successful.
Like this, people in the material world tend to be bewildered about what they're actually supposed to do.
So like this, the people in the material world can be bewildered about what they're actually supposed to do. Chaitanya Mangal Sesh Khanda 4.36.
নিশ্চয় করিয়া কহ না বান্দিহ মোরে নহে বা ব্রাহ্মণ বদ লাগিব তোমারে।
Tell me frankly who you are. Don't deceive me. Otherwise, you'll be responsible for killing a Brahmana.
Killing a Brahmana is a very great sin.
Killing a Brahmana is a very great sin.
So he's telling this person that if you don't tell me who you are, then they'll be killing a Brahmana.
So he's telling this person that if you don't tell me who you are, then you'll be killing a Brahmana. Chaitanya Mangal Sesh Khanda 4.37 to 38.
এ বল শুনিয়া তবে বলে মহাজন আমা জানিবারে তোমার কি কাজ যতন যে হই সে হই আমি তোর কি দায় কেনে উপবাসী মর দুরন্ত হিয়ায়।
That man said, why do you want to know my identity? I am whoever I am. What business it is of yours to know who I am? I am who I am. What is your liability? Anyway, why are you starving to death?
If you go out to a stranger and say, who are you? You can reply, I am who I am. What?
If you go up to a stranger and ask him who you are, he may reply, I am who I am.
So, in response, a man asks a question to the Brahmana, why is fasting to death?
In response, he asked the Brahmana a question, why you're starving to death? Chaitanya Mangal Sesh Khanda 4.39.
ব্রাহ্মণ কহয়ে দুঃখ দারিদ্র্যের জ্বরে জর জর করিল মোর সব কলেবরে।
The Drāviḍa Brāhmaṇa said, due to the fever of my being afflicted by extreme poverty, my whole body is emaciated.
So previously, Ramdas, a Vedic Brahmin, he considered that his poverty was due to his actions, karma, from previous life.
So previously, the Drāviḍa Brāhmaṇa Ramdas had considered that his poverty was due to his actions of the previous life.
So now he has brought Jagannath and is expecting immediate results.
And now he went to Jagannath and he's expecting immediate results. Chaitanya Mangal Sesh Khanda 4.40.
ব্রাহ্মণের ধরম নাহিক আমা ছাড়ে এ দিবার জনি যায় অন্য হাহাকারে।
Brahmana dharma is not my wretched personality. I pass my days and nights without eating anything.
All the Dravidian Brahmana Ramdas is lamenting and not getting enough to eat.
So the Dravidian Brahmana Ramdas is venting that he is not getting enough to eat.
And so he's relaying this to the mysterious person of the ocean.
So he is revealing this to the mysterious person from the ocean. Chaitanya Mangal Sesh Khanda 4.41.
নিজ কুলে আদর নাহিক কোনোখানে, না জানিয়ে কোনো ঠাই নাহি অপমানে।
My family doesn't care for me anytime. I don't know any place where I have not been disgraced.
It's interesting that Vibhīṣaṇa, he was rejected by his brother Brāhmaṇa.
This is interesting that Vibhīṣaṇa was rejected by his brother Ravana.
But as a result, he took shelter of Lord Ram.
But as we saw, he took shelter of Lord Ram.
This person, the Dravidian Brahman, says he's being disgraced, but he's not taking shelter of the Lord.
So this person, this Dravidian Brahmana, says that he is very disgraced, but he is not willing to take the shelter of the Lord. Chaitanya Mangal Sesh Khanda 4.42.
জীবন অধিক সে মরণ ভালোবাসি, কহিল তোমারেতেই মর উপবাসী।
I prefer death to life, and so I tell you that I am committing suicide because of starvation.
You see, in the material world, that just committing suicide only means destroying the external body, but soul still lives on.
So committing suicide just means to destroy the external body. The soul lives on. Murari Gupta Kadcha 4.21.17. Vibhīṣaṇa is my name. Having said thus, then he departed, and the greatly fortunate Vipra went along with him.
So, meaning a great associate of Lord Ram.
So he is meeting a great associate of Lord Ram.
And he went with him. He followed him.
And he went with him, he followed him. Chaitanya Mangal Sesh Khanda 4.43.
এ বল শুনিয়া চিত্ত দ্রবে মহাজন, বিভীষণ নাম মোর শোনহ ব্রাহ্মণ।
The plight of the Drāviḍa Brāhmaṇa's narration melted the heart of that great personality. He said, "O Brahmana, listen, my name is Vibhīṣaṇa."
So, Vibhīṣaṇa, being a Vaishnava, when he heard the suffering of the Drāviḍa Brāhmaṇa, he became sullen.
So Vibhīṣaṇa, being a Vaishnava, when he heard the suffering of the Dravidian Brahmana, his heart became softened.
And he identified as Vibhīṣaṇa.
And he identified as Vibhīṣaṇa.
So, why did he come to Jagannath Puri?
So why did he come to Jagannath Puri? Chaitanya Mangal Sesh Khanda 4.44.
দেখিবারে যাই জগন্নাথের চরণ, কর্ম দোষে দুঃখ পাও শোনহ ব্রাহ্মণ।
I am going to see the lotus feet of Lord Jagannath. You are suffering because of your past misdeeds. Listen, Brahmana. Chaitanya Mangal Sesh Khanda 4.45.
কর্ম বন্দে বন্দী লোক সুখ দুঃখ লাভ ভুঞ্জিলে সে ঘোচে সেই কর্ম পুণ্য পাপ।
Bound by the results of their karma, people in this world suffer or enjoy. When the results of these karma is experienced, then the piety and the sin generate due to karma is terminated.
So, Vibhīṣaṇa is instructing that when a person suffers or enjoys, he terminates the karma.
So Vibhīṣaṇa is explaining that when a person suffers or enjoys, he terminates the karma.
And so therefore we should not lament if we are suffering in need of running up from bad karma.
And so we should not lament when we are suffering, we are just terminating some bad karma. Chaitanya Mangal Seshakhanda 4.46.
জগন্নাথ মুখ দেখো করিয়া পীড়িত জন্মান্তরে নহে যেন দুঃখ উপনীত।
With loving devotion, go and see the smiling face of Lord Jagannath, so that you never undergo any miseries in future lives.
I think developing the love of Lord Jagannath or Lord Kṛṣṇa is the solution to ending all of our suffering in this eternal world.
Actually, developing love to Lord Jagannath or Lord Kṛṣṇa is the solution to end our suffering in this material world. Chaitanya Mangal Seshakhanda 4.47.
ইহা বলি চলিলেন রাজা বিভীষণ পাছে পাছে যায় তবু দরিদ্র ব্রাহ্মণ।
After saying this, King Vibhīṣaṇa started walking towards the temple. The poor Brahmana walked behind him.
So, a Brahmana got the association of King Vibhīṣaṇa.
So the Brahmana got the association of King Vibhīṣaṇa.
And he received some instruction about the law of karma.
And he received some instructions about the law of karma.
And how he should love Lord Jagannath.
And how he should love Lord Jagannath.
So, Vibhīṣaṇa was going to see Jagannath Dev and Brahmana followed him.
And so Vibhīṣaṇa was going to see Jagannath Dev and the Brahmana followed him. Thus ends the chapter entitled Drāviḍa Brāhmaṇa meets Vibhīṣaṇa under the section The Wonderful Episode of Drāviḍa Brāhmaṇa. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai Jagannath. So Guru Maharaj is giving blessings to everyone on Zoom, on gallery view. Krishnair Matir Astu.
Thank you for watching our videos. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.